Yeah, same here. Also here for Figueredo versus Moreno too. Knowing that that fight was, I believe that last time they fought was a draw, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was brutal draw due to the disqualification from Figueredo
Mm.
when he like kicked Moreno square in the private area, and he lost a point off of that, and so a lot of people think like, hey, if he didn't lose that point, he was going to walk away with the win. But
Mm.
of course, the UFC is doing the immediate rematch. I think Moreno did well in their last fight, and I'm actually choosing him to win in the rematch. I think it's going to be a decision. I don't know if this fight is going to be action packed as their last fight because their last fight was pretty action packed.
Mm.
But what I will say is, I think Moreno. I think he could utilize his boxing. Um, he could definitely stuff Deiveson Figueredo's takedowns. Deiveson Figueredo, he's kind of like a when it comes to wrestling, he's more like a he's like a tank. You know, it's not like he has. It's like strength over technique type of deal with him. But with that being said, though, his Figueredo striking is there. He definitely got the knockout power, and he definitely is durable too. Because Moreno was cracking him, and Figueredo he was eating it. So it's going to be a good fight. I just think that Moreno's boxing is going to give him the advantage in the rematch.
It's going to be interesting to see this fight because like if you know the background of the fight, last time they fought, they both only had 3 weeks prior to their title fight. So I mean, when you put that in consideration, Figueredo, who had to cut weight and usually cuts a decent bit of weight to get down to that weight, could possibly have a totally different fight or just look a little different in comparison to that fight with the 2 weight cuts in such a short span. I think it's going to be interesting to see this fight. I think Brandon Moreno looked a little bit more technical, like what I was saying, and that would make me want to go in his direction because as well he could look different because he also had to make that same weight cut. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see them go against each other. This fight's actually really hard to call. If you watch the first one, it was very close. Um, I I'm gonna go with Figueredo only because I think that he has more of a chance to put the lights out early, and I think that he is skilled enough to actually do it. He's not while he can brawl, he also is a technical fighter. And I think it's just going to be interesting to see it play out. He also has a chance of being finished as well if Brandon Moreno can catch him the way he was trying to in the first few rounds.
Yeah, I mean, I think you both made very interesting points. From a technical standpoint, I think Marino has a better chance, but at the same time, similar to what you're saying, if it's the thing of being a champion and also knowing, hey, I can use this power, but at the same time, knowing you can use your power while also learning from your previous mistakes from in this first fight with Marino. So I think I'll give it to Figueredo just because I think he'll have a chance to though there's so many other circumstances that impacted the last fight, it's nothing, it's something for a champion to know, like, hey, the fight was close, or just knowing as a fighter, hey, the fight was close. And I know what I need to fix on to improve myself. It does make it a hard fight to call from what I'm hearing, but I'm leaning with Figueroa on this one.
He's only getting older. Leon Edwards is hungry. He's right there next to a title shot, essentially. Like, he's not coming in there to play. I don't think he's going to really necessarily play the games of, like, sitting there and get smacked around by Nate. I think that Nate's going to come there and he's going to be competitive in this fight. But I think that Leon Edwards takes a dominant decision. That's what I'll give him for this one.